back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel is all about cozy mysteries and romance books, and today I'm doing part 2 of the May cozy mystery releases. Besides the wrap up, these are some of my favorite videos because we're just talking about books. But there's something about the idea of new books and new series. It's just like, oh, these might be my new favorite. I just love hearing about the new books. And there are some good ones that I'm really anticipating. Let me know what you're anticipating this month, and let's get to it. In 3, 2, 1, go! So this part 2 is all our indie, self, KU published books. Oh, let's get into it. Remember to hit the like and subscribe. Support is free. And let's go. The first one is Hobbies and Homicide. This is the 25th book in the Dune House Cozy Mystery series by Cindy Bell. I've actually read the first one or the first 2 in this. I enjoyed it. It's very short, really fun. It says that our main character is Susie Allen, who gets a call to inform her that her estranged Uncle Henry passed away and left her Dune House. She ends up turning this house into a B&B, and that's where the story goes. I need to get back to it. I knew we wouldn't go a month without this author. It's, of course, Kathy Daly. I say this every time. Miracles, Mysteries, and Memories. This is the 36th book in the Zoe Donovan Cozy Mystery series. It says that this series is set in Nevada. It says this is a cozy light mystery in the lakeside town of Ashton Falls, a quaint village with a big heart but a tiny local budget. Each short novel focuses on a simple murder mystery against the backdrop of family holidays and quirky festivals designed to bring the almighty tourist dollar. I am there. I am there. Y'all know that one of my favorite things about cozies is when the town is kind of revolved around tourist money, because it brings them together for family holidays and quirky festivals. Well said. Can't wait. Next up, we have a new series alert. New series alert! This one I'm excited about because of the author. So let me tell you, it's called Ukulele of Death right here. This is the first book in the Fran and Ken Stein Cozy Mystery series by E.J. Copperman. Now, I've never read anything by E.J. Copperman. However, E.J. Copperman is a pen name for Jeff Cohen. And last year, he was the Toastmaster at Malice. And he is hysterical. He is so funny. And so I just know that his books have to be fantastic. His other series, which is it's about an old house. I can't think of the name of it. Is on my TBR. I can't wait to try it. So let's talk about the Fran and Ken. It says that they are a private investigator duo who refuse to let a little thing, like not being entirely human, to stop them from doing their jobs. Well, of course not. That sounds like it's going to be very interesting. And again, I have to believe that it's going to be laugh out loud funny. I can't wait to give it a shot. Next up, we have Flat White Fatality. This is the 3rd book in the Ground Rules Cozy Mystery series by Emmeline Duncan. I read the first one. Definitely will be reading the second one. This is a coffee house series. As soon as you say the word coffee, I'm in. So this next series went straight on my TBR. I'm really excited about it. It's book 2 called Rehearsed to Death. This is part of the Domestic Partners in Crime Cozy Mystery series by Frank Anthony Polito. It says Heart to Heart via HGTV. This fabulous new queer cozy mystery series by award-winning author and playwright Frank Anthony Polito features a gay couple who solve crime while renovating houses in suburban Detroit as part of their hit reality show Domestic Partners. Now, their foray into community theater proves a major risk thanks to some deadly improvisation. I mean, it sounds right up my alley. I'm so excited about it. There's theater, there's diversity. I can't wait to try this one. Next up is one of my most anticipated. Why? Because I just read book 1 last month, I think it was, and it was my favorite book of the year so far. This is book 2 coming out, Hard Dough Homicide. This is part of the Spice I.O. Bakery Cozy Mystery series by Olivia Matthews. The first book, I can't rave about it enough. It was so fantastic. So this takes place in Little Caribbean, Brooklyn, New York. It features Lindsay. Her and her family open a West indie bakery. And I loved everything about it. First of all, I love that region for food, and the food sounded mouth-watering. I don't know if I've had many bakery items, and so they just sounded delicious. The family was fantastic. Her grandmother was one of my best new characters. I absolutely loved her. I love the bakery theme. I love the diversity. I cannot wait for book 2. One of my most highly anticipated. If you haven't read book 1, you need to go out and get it. Promise. Next up, we have Glacial Indifference. This is the 5th book in the Cruising Through Midlife Cozy Mystery series by Addison Moore. And I really enjoy cruise ship cozies. I have not tried this one. This says it features a character who has an impending divorce, an honorary homicide detective, and the cruise of a lifetime. Oh, and ghosts. I think everything that this author writes has some sort of paranormal twist in it, if I remember correctly. Next up, we have Dial W for Witch. This is the 27th book in the Wicked Witches of the Midwest Cozy Mystery series by Amanda M. Lee. It says Bay Winchester is having a tough week. As the local editor of Hemlock Cove's only newspaper, she just happens to be present when a body is found in an area corn maze. To make matters worse, the police believe the murder may have something to do with the occult. This wouldn't be a problem for a normal reporter, but since Bay is descended from a well-known line of actual witches, the town is understandably on edge. Between the suspicious town people, the befuddled police presence, and the random hot biker guy that may or may not have something to do with the murder, Bay has her hands full. I'll definitely probably give this one a try. I always like that they always sound so fun. I just have trouble suspending disbelief. So it depends on how paranormal it actually is, but they always sound so enticing. Next up, I've read the first one in this series. I absolutely love it. I need to get back to this series. This is book 22, so I'm really behind. It's the Myrtle Clover series, Murder at a Yard Sale. This is by Elizabeth Spann Craig. I loved the first one. It says that this takes place in the sleepy town of Bradley, North Carolina. Might not be as quiet as it seems. Murder happens at a steady rate, and octogenarian amateur sleuth Myrtle Clover is determined to solve them before her police chief son. The best-selling Myrtle Clover Cozy Mystery series features an octogenarian sleuth and her senior sidekick as they investigate crime in this deceptively peaceful town. And the first one was really funny because her son, the police chief, signs her up for he's like, why don't you go and volunteer? I can't remember. I think it was the church. And then that's where she gets involved in the murder. He's like, I thought I was doing something safe. It was really a hoot. I really, really enjoyed it. And I loved Myrtle. This next one I'm really intrigued by. I'd never heard of this, but another one that immediately went on my TBR. It just has everything I love. So the book is called Murder in Santa Fe. This is the 11th book in the Chef Dani Rosette Cozy Mystery series. This is by Diane Harmon. It says, a celebrity television chef with a fledgling VIP catering company, a 10-year-old niece she didn't know she had, mixed those with poison car bombs and murderers, and her carefully laid out plans for a future life become completely upended. I just think that a chef and everything else going on sounds fantastic. I'm definitely at least going to have to give book 1 a try. If you have read any of this series, let me know. Next up, we have a series that's also on my TBR. I know, shocking. It's the Claire's Candles Cozy Mystery Series. Book 8 is coming out, Wildflower. This is by Agatha Frost. I love these covers. So it says, a fun springtime British village cozy packed with twists and turns. Walking can be murder. Oh boy. The one thing I'm good at. No, I'm kidding. When Claire and her boyfriend Ryan join a local walking group, they don't expect that their afternoon strolls through the hills to lead them to a body, but that's precisely what happens. I just can't wait to give it a shot. I think that I just love the idea of a candle cozy, not gonna lie. Next up is book 30 in the Cozy Corgi, Stormy Stars. I read the first one in this. Loved it. I think I gave it 5 cups of coffee. I need to get back to it. This is by Mildred Abbott. It takes place in Colorado. It says picturesque mountains, charming shops, delightful bakeries, a cozy bookstore, and murder. This sounds right up my alley. I can't wait to get back to that series. Next up is one that is going on to my 24 series to start in 2024 if I don't start it this year, because I am dying to. And this author is writing them so fast that I'm going to be like 20 books behind by the time I get to it. It's the Street Food Cozy series. I say this every month because I think she puts one out every month. This is by Gretchen Allen. This is book 12 called The Bitter End. So it features Billy Halifax in Sea Glass Island, Florida. She inherits a fleet of food trucks from her late grandmother. And each book is a different type of food truck. So this one's a coffee food truck. There's a taco one. There's a brat one. You get the idea. I cannot wait to try this. Again, it's definitely going on my list if I don't sneak it in somewhere in 2023. Next up, we have a new series. New series alert! Okay, so this is the Scottie Ramona Cozy Mystery Series. Book 1 is called Heads Will Cinnamon Roll. This is by London Levitt, who writes another series that's been on my TBR forever, and I'm dying to try. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, I got to include this. It says, for amateur sleuth Scottie Ramona, the only thing better than a hot, fresh cinnamon roll is an intriguing new mystery to solve. Scottie recently made some life-changing decisions. One might even call them rash. She's turned her whole world upside down and desperately wants to set it upright. After wallowing for a good month in her grandmother's cottage in Ripple Creek, the small mountain town, where she spent most of her childhood, Scottie sets off determined to leave the past behind and fulfill her dream of starting a bakery. I am so there for this. So there. Next up is Bake a Scene. This is the 11th book in the Twin Berry Bakery Cozy Mystery Series by Wendy Meadows, who writes a ton of different series. I've read a few of them. I've enjoyed everything I've read. It says they thought they could leave their past behind, but murder doesn't retire. Retired cops Rita and Rhonda Knight are eager to leave their crime-fighting past behind them and retire to the sleepy little town of Clovedale Falls. With the annual Pumpkin Festival, I'm there. Right around the corner, the pair work day and night to get their bakery ready. Bakery, a festival, they're retired. I am there. I need to try this series. Next up, we have Fruitcakes and Felonies. This is the 13th book in the Belle Harbor Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Sue Hollowell. It says, a nightmare ending to her storybook marriage. An escape to a quaint beach town. Will a mysterious murder derail a second chance at her dream? Tilly Griffin did everything by the book. Everyone else's book. Now it was her turn to write a new chapter, 3,000 miles from her former life. Her dream of opening a bakery like her grandma Luna was now becoming a reality. Anything to do with bakery, and you pretty much have reeled me in. Next up, we have Killer Colada. This is the 3rd book in the Beach Cocktail Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Lydia Lane. It says, the beach cocktail mysteries are semi-cozy, funny mysteries that follow a jilted bride and a gin-soaked divorcee as they encounter various deaths and other crimes at a luxury beach resort. I'm going to give the first one a try. I don't know about semi-cozy and what that means as a derailment from a regular cozy, but it's a beach luxury resort and cocktails. I just think it sounds really, really fun. Next up, we have Rodeo, Ransom, and Fireworks. This is the 5th book in the Twin Bluebonnet Ranch Cozy Mystery Series by Brittany E. Brenniger. I'd never heard of this, but it just sounded so unique with the title, or the title of the series, that I had to include it. It says, secrets in a time capsule aren't meant to stay dead and buried. Lizzie always lived in her brilliant twin sister's shadow until she was elected senior class president. Now's her chance to be more than a carbon copy. Her first official duty is a cakewalk, hosting the back to school festival. But when the opening of a time capsule unearths a decade-old town secret, her spectacular shindig is in jeopardy. So it sounds like our main character is in high school. I will definitely give this one a try just because it's unique. I mean, I don't know of any others like that. I'm going to give it a whirl. Next up, we have Sugar Cookie Conundrum. This is book 2 in the Gluten-Free Bakery Cozy Mystery Series by Lorraine Cook. And I just think it's awesome that we get all these new types of cozies. So I had to include it. I've read one of their series where they have a gluten-free bakery, but you don't get it a lot. So I was like, oh, I have got to include this. It says that recipes are included in this book. What do you get when you combine a new bakery, an inquisitive poodle, an unexpected love triangle? The perfect recipe for murder. Sophie, a 32-year-old librarian, has spent her entire adult life caring for her ill grandmother. When she suddenly passes away, Sophie is left with the freedom to live her own life and an inheritance to pursue her dream. When she comes across a boutique for sale in her quaint hometown, she realizes now is the best time to open the gluten-free bakery she's always imagined. I can't wait. That is the last cozy that I have for you. Let me know, again, what you are most excited about as far as books coming out in May. Anything else that you want to talk about, give me a big thumbs up. And until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everybody.